Yay! Hello everyone, welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. I'm getting into podcasts recently, so I was just finishing up on a podcast I was watching. So, Kingsley Coman is here to stay at FC Bayern München. Oh my gosh. 15 million, 17 million, the rumors are going crazy, the rumor mill, it's spinning. And yeah, how do you feel about that? Do you think Kingsley Coman deserves another couple million more? I just, look, I am where I'm at mentally. I will never think Kingsley Coman deserves 17 million. But if he's staying below 14 or 15 million, this is a good thing for Bayern. He's staying for 5 more years. No, I need to stop, okay? Here's the positives to Kingsley Coman staying. Yes, I understand he might be limited in some areas as a footballer. His intelligence might not always be there. But you know what? Over the last 2 seasons, you have seen clear improvement. His finishing has been good when he played games. And this season, you would say, is probably one of his best seasons ever when it comes to his performances. He's doing crazy things. He's entertaining us with great skill and elegance. Yeah, so it's not that bad. And yeah, there's a smile on my face because I don't mind Coman as a human being, okay? I don't hate him. I just don't rate him that. I don't hate him. I just don't rate him like that. But he's staying at Bayern, and maybe the French Revolution continues and we keep getting more French players. He's also well regarded with Didier Deschamps, okay? He's regarded in the French national team, so they see a lot in him. And you know what? If Kingsley can just slow down with his injuries, he can be one of the most efficient players at Bayern, one of the best wingers in the world on pure ability alone. He won't be giving you 20 goals and 20 assists per season. He'll give you 5 goals and maybe 7 assists there, but his performances, that's what counts. Coman actually, since 2015-16, when this data collection started, has created the most chances after a take-on. So I don't know what that means. I think it's a good thing, right? It means his take-ons are creating chances. So that's an interesting stat. People won't even know that. I didn't even know that until today when I read that. So that's a good thing. Kingsley Coman is creating chances. He also has the longest contract, I think, at Bayern right now. So Kimmich has 2026. Goretzka has 2025. Is it 2026? I don't know. Musiala has 2025 or 2024. Davies has 2024. 2025 maybe. I'm not sure. Kingsley Coman has 2027. This is a new era with Bayern. According to Sky Sports in Germany, Robert Lewandowski earns 23 million at Bayern. Manuel Neuer earns 20 million. Müller earns 20 million. Kimmich earns 19 million. Sané earns 17 million. Goretzka earns 17 million. And Coman earns 17 million. Lucas Hernandez is on 15 million. Upamecano is on 9 million. Wow, that's really low for Upamecano. I would have really expected him to be at least the same as Lucas Hernandez. Serge Gnabry earns 8 million. Sabitzer earns 7 million. Nicolas Süle earns 7 million. He should be earning almost double that at this point, 15 million. Toliso's on 7. Davies is on 7 million. This is euros we're talking about, so adjust the currencies in your head. I'm not talking about 5 million rupees. That's what Pavard is on. Pavard is on, wow, he's on 5 million. Jamal Musiala's on 5 million. Choupo-Moting's on 4 million. Nianzou's on 3 million. Rocca's on 2.5 million. Bonasar's on 2.5 million. Omar Richards is on 2.5 million. Sven Ulreich is on 1.5 million. And Stanisic is on 1 million. Yeah, Josip Stanisic. Wow, that's really interesting. I wouldn't have thought he was being downballed like that. Bayern has the biggest wage bill in the Bundesliga, but one of the smallest wage bills when you consider other big clubs in Europe, so in the top 5 leagues. You know what? It's not that bad. You know, it's not as bad as you think, but when you have a player like Kingsley Coman going from like 10 million or 8 million, whatever he was on, to almost double his wages, Gnabry will be wanting the same wages. So now you're paying an additional 20 million in wages every season. So, you know, good luck to Bayern. If they thought it was a great idea to keep Coman in the team for 17 million, then fair enough. There's been a lot of people telling me, what about Goretzka? I love Goretzka, but I keep telling you, my thing with Coman is not just injuries. Goretzka gets injured too. It's, sometimes the lack of footballing intellect. He dribbles with his head down. Those are the things that irritate me. But 17 million people, that's what Sky Sports is saying. And that's not even including, it might be like 15 million and then like plus 2 million in performance bonuses. I hope that's what it is. Then it actually would force him to perform in, the Allianz Arena is being lit up with like Kingsley Coman 27 or something, which is interesting. What do we do? Dest ain't coming. Pavard isn't good, but the only reason he's known is because of his volley. Yeah, Benjamin Pavard is that Chris MD video where he tries like 1,456 shots and his top 10 goals are insane. That's what Pavard's volleys are, man. Kimmich 2025, Goretzka 2026. Oh yeah, wait, Kimmich has a shorter contract than Goretzka. That's interesting. Fonzie 2025. Okay, so Müller 2023, Lewandowski 2023. Levy's contract expires next year. Oh my gosh, guys! Look, Lewandowski will be asking for 25 million or 26. It's going to go up. It only goes up from here. Businesses don't go down in their operation cost over time. They always go up with more assets. They keep recovering and buying. And, in football, you would consider your players, especially your best players, to be your top assets. Your worst players would be liabilities because you're paying them to be crap. So if you have Lewandowski, he's going to want 25 million. And then I don't think Neuer will want more. I think, in fact, if anything, I think with his age, the club might just keep him on the same wages or just reduce it. Müller, where's he going to go after Bayern? They're going to reduce their wages. Maybe this is some smart play from Bayern, because if you think about it, a lot of our older players like Müller, Neuer, and Lewandowski might actually get lower money, right, in their next renewals. Not Lewandowski, maybe the two that I spoke of in the former. They're going to get lower wages. All right? It's just logical to me, because, what are you going to do? And this is including bonuses, I believe, right? So all those figures I just mentioned to you might actually be lower when it comes to these players. Also, you got to think of taxes. So it's not like Coman will be getting like all that money. But, wow, he does have the longest contract at Bayern. I wasn't kidding. 2027. Oh, my gosh. I knew it. It just came in my head that he had the longest contract before I started recording. We need a right back? We do. What if they pay us because Bayern are cheap? I don't. Oh, right, in the future, if we're getting a player. Man, y'all, we're not getting a right back this winter. I hope you realize we're Bayern. We're not Chelsea or Man United. We don't sign players in winter. If we sign a right back, we're going to loan Odriozola from Real Madrid or Lucas Vazquez. That's what Bayern are. We're in an intimate relationship with loan players from Real Madrid. That's what we sign in January. That's what you should have in your head. If we loan someone, it might be Perisic on a loan. I'm not kidding. That's what Bayern are. We're not signing anyone big in January. If we were signing Serginho Dest, I never thought it was in January. Maybe when sources came out saying he wanted to leave, he wanted Bayern. Now those rumors have died, probably because he'll stay at Barcelona, and then any transfer that happens will happen in January. Also, according to Christian Falk, Bild, I don't know if you want to consider them accurate anymore, they were saying that Bayern are planning a big old transfer in the summer this year. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens. I don't know who that player will be. But whoever Bayern plan to sign this summer, I hope it's a midfielder. We need one. Kimmich, Goretzka, world-class players, but Goretzka's always injured. Kimmich's out here getting COVID, so we might as well get a midfielder. I hope it's one with that world-class standard in him. Leroy Sané, Upamecano, Alphonso Davies, and Janzu are back with the team. And that's funny. All four of them are probably going to be in the team. Did they train with the team? I believe they did. Yeah. They all trained with our team. So Nyanzu's back. Sané's back. That's what happens with athletes with COVID, right? They just kind of brush it off and move on. That's You've seen it with Muller. You've seen it. Maybe some players like keep testing positive, so they have to stay in quarantine longer. But what I've noticed so far is that they'll get it, and then like it's over, right? You quarantine for a few days, and then it's over. Kimmich was only in quarantine because he kept coming in contact with other people, and that's why he stayed for so long. But you know, okay, here's some news. The state of Bavaria has extended the tightened measures adopted at the beginning of December to contain the pandemic until February the 9th. That means Bayern's home games against Leipzig and on February 5th. Oh my gosh. Come on. I just don't get it. They extend, it hasn't worked for 2 years. What makes them think it's going to work like one of these times? I hate to inform people, but it won't work. I hope people understand that. Like, it hasn't proven itself to have worked. If someone wants to go watch a game and take that risk, fair, go there. But like, I just want to see people in those stands again. And, I tweeted something out. How far has the Bundesliga fallen back because of COVID? Because there were no fans in the stadiums. England has fans now. Italy has fans now. France has fans now, I think. All the top 5 countries except Germany have fans. I'm not sure about Netherlands. They're not a top 5, but I don't know. So if all those countries have fans, those are clubs making more money than Bundesliga clubs who don't have fans, especially clubs who have absolutely no national recognition. Bayern Munich were the only club in the top 8 leagues, only club to turn a profit. Wow, that's crazy. You know why? Because we have a global fan base. We sell things, and we're debt-free anyways. So any money coming in is just profit. And then your operation cost is going to be significantly lower because you're not having to pay anyone to manage the stadium on match days. So even without the stadium revenue, you're still going to make money from sponsorships, from TV deals, especially from winning the Champions League. So yeah, Bayern are in a good spot financially. Maybe Dortmund a little bit. Leipzig will be in a good spot all the time. They're ran by Red Bull. That's a multi-billion dollar company. So Leipzig will be fine. Maybe Bayer Leverkusen wouldn't have struggled as much because they're owned by a pharmaceutical company. They're always going to be rich. So who's struggling? Cologne's struggling. Stuttgart. Those historic clubs, Schalke will be struggling a lot without that stadium revenue. Hertha Berlin will struggle. The clubs that aren't owned by big money will be struggling. Augsburg will struggle. So my point is, what happens when clubs struggle? Well, they start cutting down cost. They start firing, physios. You don't need 20 physios. We only need 12 really because, maybe players can come in and out. And exactly, they start cutting down on their teams, their coaches. These coaches are now out of jobs. And then those clubs have lower quality of players in their youth academy because they don't pay their scouts enough, or they start cutting cost where they shouldn't cut cost. And then the Bundesliga falls deeper and deeper down into irrelevancy while these other leagues keep going up, right? There's this gap that was there before, but now it's like some Long Beach Griffey teeth, man. It's like a big old gap. Look up Long Beach Griffey, funny guy, but the gap gets bigger, right? That's my problem. That's my issue with, consistent and like, what do you gain out of telling people you can't go to games? You can't go to games because they're gonna get it anyway. So you may as well just tell people go watch your games, and we'll stay out of your lives. Wash your hands, and that's it. What do you think about Coman's renewal? I'm guessing you're joining the stream a little bit late. I think it's my honest thoughts would be that if it's above 17 million, I want nothing to do with it. I don't want this renewal if it's that much. But if it's, lower than 15, and 14 million, 13. That's what he's worth. I'll accept it. I'll accept it. But I just, I don't know. In my opinion, Bayern should buy a right back. Just do it in cheap stakes. Like get a. Oh, guys, there's this guy who plays for Porto. Porto right back. I think his name is like Poro. Poro. Yes. Yes. Well, that Google search didn't help me. Yeah, Pedro Porro. Guys, he's 22. Oh my gosh, if we can't get Serginho Dest, this guy is perfect. He's on loan from Manchester City, but his contract expires very soon. His loan's ending this year. Pedro Porro, Man City, or no, Porto have an option to buy him from Man City. It's an option, not an obligation. So if they don't exercise that, this guy's really good. He's 22, Spanish. He has the necessary height. Defensively, he's good. Offensively, basically João Cancelo, a right back. Well, Cancelo plays right back. He plays left back too. But you get my point. Man City bought him from Girona, their sister club in Spain, for 13 million. In other words, Man City took 13 million from their account to their account, because Girona is owned by Man City's owners, right? It's like the Leipzig Salzburg connection. So let's keep thinking about this in our heads. City paid 13 million for him, loaned him out to Sporting, and they've loaned him out to Real Valladolid twice. That's an interesting deal there. So he understands that, and then now he's at Sporting Lisbon and has been at Sporting for 2 years. His loan is about to expire. I think we can sign this guy. Yes, I think he's the profile of right back that would fit Bayern. He plays in the Portuguese league, decent in the Champions League. Pedro Porro, his injury history, and it's not that bad. Only a few injuries in his whole 2 years at not a few injuries. There's knocks here and there, but he's not injury prone. That's good. Pedro Porro, guys. I don't know. Does Brazo even know who he is? Because at this point, I feel like this channel is helping Brazo with transfers. Because I remember when Anthony signed for Ajax, a few months later, I'm like, we should look at Anthony at Ajax. And then a few months after, Bayern start looking at him. So Bayern are listening to me. So if you're listening, anyone at Bayern, Pedro Porro, if we can't get Serginho Dest, we can probably sign this guy for around the same fee. And he's exceptional. So, yeah, let's look into him. Oh, shoot. Bolzplatz Kids. Guys, this, I actually, like 40% of my audience speaks German. So if you're looking for that German Bayern Munich fan channel, go ahead, guys. Follow him.
Welcome.
Hey, if you're still listening, you should change your name, man. You need I don't know, no one can look that up, right? Look how hard it is to spell that name. So just my advice. Paul Wayner of Witz. At the moment, it's gonna be Florian Witz. The guy has. Oh, come on! It's Florian Witz. The Germans are just they're toying with us, man, with these names. It's really Florian Witz, because this dude has literally 8 assists, 5 goals in the Bundesliga. He's outdoing Kai Havertz. Leverkusen don't even miss Havertz. I think next year, he's coming to Bayern, by the way. Florian Witz, he's a Bayern fan. This kid's coming to Bayern. He was, but here's the thing. If Paul Wayner starts performing and doing things for us and coming off the bench and giving us those performances, taking risk, showing us that he has potential, we're gonna have a kid on our hands. And Florian Witz might go to. Man, I hate when young players like Witz can only go to Bayern in the Bundesliga. We're the only club they can go to, because we're the biggest club in the Bundesliga, and we compete for the Champions League. That's why I hope Leipzig and Dortmund can, do something, grab some cojones, some ambition, and do some great things. How can you contact me? So You could follow me on Twitter and then just message me there. Do I use Twitter? No, I don't use Twitter DMs. How do you even contact me? Oh, here's how. If you go on the About page on your PC desktop, there's like a business inquiry. That's my actual email. Don't use it if you're just a viewer trying to say, yeah, George, how do I watch the games? It's like, I tell you that at the beginning of every stream. What do you think, Tariq Lamptey? Oh, man. Tariq Lamptey. We're still talking about him? Look, he's a good player, but I'm kind of over this, okay? He's short. He's really short. He's 5'5". No. Yeah, I mean, okay, he's really good. He has pace, dribbling, good, okay defensively, just like every right back in the world right now. Good offensively, but okay defensively. The key is to be good at both. I think he's a good player, but we're not going to sign him. Bayern will not go for an English 21-year-old that we're going to have to pay money for, because we'll have to pay Brighton some money. We won't do it. Give him your phone number. Tolisso is just okay. He's not world class. He's horrible. He's not okay. He's not bad. He's horrible. He's abysmal. This guy can't even keep possession under pressure. I'd like Weiner because he is homegrown. Talking like we're an FM, football manager. 2 homegrown players in your team. I would like him too, to be honest. I would love him to succeed. But I saw a lot from him, man. I'm happy with what I saw. I saw him do technical things. I saw him take his opportunity and, just, he wasn't just like, oh, your average youngster. And he's 16. This kid just turned 16 in December, actually. 2005. Wow, he's young. Oh, my gosh, bro. I just turned 20. And he's 16. Oh, my gosh. I look like a pedophile even Googling his name now. Just to find out how many goals he has. Congratulations on what? By the way, George, mistake, Musiala's contract 2026. When did Musiala sign his contract? Was it last year, February? Yeah, so yeah, it would be 5 years, 2021 plus 5. All right, 2026. All right, you're not wrong. What do you think is the big transfer in the summer? I hope it's Ismail Bennassar, I'll be honest. So if you're joining us late, I already told you my thoughts on Coman's contract. I think it's a good thing that he's staying if it's below 15 million. But there's sources saying it's 17 million. There's also sources saying it's less than 17 million, but it might be 17 million if he performs well with the performance bonuses. I hope that's the case. I hope there's like clauses where it says if you get 10 assists, you'll get an extra 1 million or 500K a year. And I want that. I would love Bayern to reward good performances. That's what I like in contracts. I like these clauses that force players to perform. I think in FM, I've discovered that the more clauses a player has in their contract to perform, the better they perform. And ultimately, I think that's the same thing in real life. Players sometimes play for the motivation of their love for the game, but if you pay someone for scoring more goals, chances are they'll score more goals. Robert Lewandowski will score more goals if he knows he's getting paid more, because he's thinking about his brand, his businesses, and all the things that would be rewards of him playing more and scoring more goals. So, but yeah, that's congratulations, because Coman renews. Oh, well, welcome to Bayern Now, where we make it a point to, talk about Kingsley Coman's often lack of technical or tactical understanding of the game, footballing intellect. Look, if I had to rate Coman's ability to understand and read, like Thomas Müller. Why do I love Müller so much? Because Thomas Müller has an understanding of the game of football before he even touches the ball. He knows what spaces are open because he looked, and he knows what he wants to do and what he wants to try to do. Even if it doesn't come off all the time, you could have told yourself 10 times in your head what Müller was trying to do, and it would be right, because he knew what he was trying to do. Sometimes it looks like Coman takes the ball and then he just, what's that? Improvise, right? Improv, right? Have you ever seen a comedian that just kind of goes on stage and they just tell you jokes without writing them down? That's what Coman is. He's an improv footballer. He just makes it up. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But more times it doesn't, because if he doesn't know what he's gonna do, how are his teammates supposed to know what he's gonna do? And sometimes defenders don't know what he's gonna do because he doesn't know what he's gonna do. It looks great, and then the cross is like across the whole goal, and no one can get there because no one knew what he was gonna do. That's the perfect description of Kingsley Coman. And you know what? Look, he still has a lot of talent. I think he can be one of the best wingers in the world based on ability alone. People will say, wait, are you calling him the best winger in the world? No. Notice how I say on ability alone, because he has great ability. If Kingsley Coman could stay fit and had footballing intellect, he would literally be a Ballon d'Or contender. This guy is exceptionally talented. His skill moves, his pace, his finishing, hard shots, low drivens. I don't know. It looks like FIFA. Like low driven shots. He plays like he's in the streets, man, and I love it. It's a carefree style. He humiliates people. He turns other players into gymnasts. They're out here doing gymnastics, splits. He does it a lot. He breaks ankles. I love it. It's a great style. It's beautiful to watch. But when it doesn't come off, it looks like he was just like making it up. Improv. That's what it is. So. Goretzka is going to be on the bench. No, not against Cologne. He's going to miss the game against Cologne and Hertha Berlin. He won't be back probably till mid-February or beginning of February. Hyped for Vidovic. Arsenal fans look like they want Vidovic. I don't know why Bayern fans want him. What are we going to do with Vidovic? I don't want him. Oh, no, shoot. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Vlahovic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Vidovic, Gabriel Vidovic. I was like, why are you talking about Vidovic in relation to Bayern? It looks like Arsenal. So Arsenal want to sign him because he has a release clause of like 56 million. Wow. Oh no, 75 million. And Fiorentina has a release clause. They're telling Arsenal to pay it if they want him. You know what? Like for Arsenal, 75 million is a lot, and they should probably do it. Like he would score goals and win them games, and probably get them to that top 4 spot ahead of Man United. And I think it would put Arsenal in a position where teams would be scared to play them. But 75 million is what Vidovic is worth. You know, I think he should just go to Arsenal. That's the only club that's going to take him, because Real Madrid aren't going to take him. They have Mercedes-Benz up top. How are you? Oh, man, thank you. I'm good. You know, it's always, how is Coman's contract? How do you think? How do you feel about this, George? It's never, how are you? I'm doing great, actually. Just thinking about the stock market and how green everything is. I love it, man. I love the stock market. Bayern should buy Cancelo for right back. That's if Man City lost their brains, because he's one of their best players right now, one of the biggest chance creators. Please take Pogba from us. United fans hate on Pogba for no reason, right? He's injured right now, but when he comes back and then you start cooking and keeping the ball and he actually fits Ralph Ragnick's style, people will go, wait, Pogba's the solution, and then he'll slow down and get injured, and people will be like, get him out the club, he's toxic, and then he'll post a picture of himself with France while United are playing a game. People are like, he's a toxic agent of the club. It happens all the time. What do you think, Süle to leave? One of the worst news. Nicolas Süle, man. You used to be my son. I used to love you. But now, he wants to... What would he gain by going to the Prem? If it's not Man City or Liverpool, you're not improving from Bayern. And I get it. Sometimes a player might want a different environment. They're tired of the country they're in, Germany, and they want to try something before their career ends. I get it. I absolutely understand. That's normal. Alaba did it. He's in Spain enjoying that sunny weather. It's normal, okay? It's a normal thing. But why Newcastle? Like, if he goes to Newcastle, I'm gonna lose all respect for him because I only know it's for money, not for the actual enticing feel of good football. If he signs a new contract at Bayern, then that's the best thing he can do. Look at Thiago. Thiago could have just stayed at Bayern and still balled out. Like, he's not improving himself at Liverpool, and he has improved Liverpool. It's just he's getting injured more often than not. Probably because Liverpool's physios aren't as good as Bayern's. I remember a time when Liverpool would never get injuries. It was so funny. So funny. Do you think a center back is gonna? Oh my gosh! So if Süle leaves, we have Nianzou, Lucas Hernandez, Upamecano. I want another center back if that's the case, because I don't want to hear anyone Schlotterbeck. But then we're gonna have three left-footed defenders, and that, like, you can't play Lucas Hernandez and Schlotterbeck. It's gonna have to be one or the other. And Schlotterbeck is probably good enough to be a starter. You could take the risk and say, well, teams have had three right-footed defenders. Why not left-footed? Left-foot discrimination. But then you have to consider that most of your team is going to be right-footed anyways, which would off-balance the passing and the structure of the team if three defenders who they get the ball from is left-footed. Because I don't know if anyone's noticed this or not, but left-footed players passing to each other doesn't really look the same as right-footed players. Or players of opposite feet passing to each other in general. I don't think you've noticed, but there's actually like a different direction they pass to. A right-footed player will pass the ball over you, and then that player is running to it, and it's like the pass is like in front of you, but a left-footed player might pass like, I don't know. You watch our game. You watch our games. You know what I mean. Like, okay, if Upamecano was passing the ball to like Müller or Lewandowski running in behind, it's a pass that can come from anywhere. It could be directly from behind Müller, which Upa has done to to Musiala. It could be on his head. But if a left-footed player was passing that same ball, that pass is going this way. Because the player running is running to orient their body to make their strong foot more available for the pass. Oh my gosh! And more players on your team are right-footed than left-footed, unless you had a really left-footed team. You get my point. You're never. My mind is exploding. George has failed. George.exe has failed. I'd rather have Goretzka. Goretzka can score and assist, as opposed to who? Masika, Sanabria. Oh my gosh. Who's Masika? Ugh. Oh, Musiala and who's Sika? Who's Ka? Who's the K and the A? Interesting. Schlotterbeck would be an excellent replacement for sure. I agree. Depends on what Bayern are looking for. Left foot discrimination needs to end, okay? Left foot discrimination needs to end. It needs to end. If you could add and take 3 players to Bayern's current squad, who would it be? I'd take out Tolisso. Cousins is already gone. We'll include him because I'll take Tolisso out. I'll take out Cousins. And then I'd take out Pavard. No, Bonassar. Oh yeah, I'd terminate his contract overnight. Woo, I would discriminate. I'd terminate Bonassar's contract so quick, people would think I was racist. Like, that's how fast, if I took over Bayern, I'd take out Bonassar. Because then our team would have some good ballers for once. So I'd do that. Immediately, I'd sign Ismail Bennacer for the midfield. I'd look at Serginho Dest or Pedro Porro for right back. And then I would probably get a center back. I don't know. If I wanted to be a real prick, I'd go to Leipzig and buy Simikan. But I don't want to be a prick. So I'd probably get a center back. Maybe just promote like one of the. Or I don't even need a center back because I just trust that Upamecano, Nianzu, and Pavard. Maybe don't sell Pavard, right? Pavard can play in that center back role. I just go ahead and really just, I don't know. I just start vibing, guys. Just start vibing. Okay, if I don't sign a center back, then I don't need a third player. I don't need a backup to Lewandowski. If Choupo-Moting, I don't know. I don't know. There's interesting stuff all over the place. People have ideas. I don't. Oh, LaCroix? Y'all want LaCroix? Oh, Justin Che? Apparently the transfer is delayed, but we kind of own FC Dallas, so like we're literally their daddy. So we can get him at any time we want. We can literally make them renew his contract just to sign him the next day. Like, we could do anything. We will not buy De Ligt. Why would I want De Ligt at Bayern? Thiago at center mid, Goretzka at center mid, Kimmich a right back. That worked in the Champions League. People forget Kimmich didn't play midfield in the Champions League campaign. I mean, he played it against Chelsea twice. Did he play it against... No, he played right back against Chelsea the second leg. Yeah, interesting. I want to see Kimmich dominate in the midfield one of these times. Thiago was really so instrumental. People forget, Thiago really won us the Champions League before he left. Not that he was the only player. I'm saying like he won with the team as well. He did some crazy things, man. I remember like so many like iconic performances. The one against Barcelona from Thiago was great. The one in the final was even great. Like the line breaking passes against PSG. Defensively, we were better as well with Thiago. So, man, I want Ismail Bennacer. I think Bennacer would replace everything Thiago gave us, even the ability and the sauce. If you haven't watched AC Milan at all, Bennacer, his dribbling in a defensive role is crazy. He keeps the ball so well, but more importantly, he can defend, man. He can defend. So I don't know if any of you are watching the AFCON though, because you might actually see how he's good. How good he is. Yeah, Thiago against Chelsea was amazing. He really was. Imagine if we had Hakimi in this team. Oh my gosh. If we had Achraf Hakimi. Minecraft chances Hakimi. If we had him in our team, we would win every game. We would really win every game. Don't forget Thiago was amazing, making a lot of mistakes too. Not very often though. You see, players like Thiago will make mistakes because they take risk. But like okay, if you've ever watched Spurs play, right? The level of the Tottenham is not so good. I love Conte. The level of the Tottenham is just not so good. I need new player. I don't like this one. Antonio Conte is so funny. Like Harry Winks versus Kimmich. What's the difference? Like, they both get the same pass percentage, and they touch the ball probably as much as each other. But what's the difference? Kimmich takes more risk. Kimmich takes more risk. Okay? Google says Kimmich is 5'10". That's a big fat lie. He's like 5'8" or 5'9" at best. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you, people. Kimmich takes more risk. Oh my God, this man is 27 in a month? God damn. What are you getting old for, Kimmich? Young forever. Damn. It was only yesterday Kimmich was 23, 24. Now he's like 27. God damn, bro, relax. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Thiago made mistakes because he took risk. If you run a business and you never take risk, you're probably never going to lose money like that. And you'll probably never make money like that if you don't take those risks. And it depends on the business and what sort of risk you're taking. If your risk is that you start doing crack cocaine, chances are your business won't grow. You'll just die sooner. But if you take a risk by taking the company's money and buying more assets to help the company build, then that's a risk that's related and makes sense. Kimmich's role and Harry Winks' role at Spurs is almost the same. They both have to control the tempo for their team. But the difference is Kimmich takes risk, and that's what makes him world class, and that's what makes Harry Winks a pass merchant, because he makes sideways passes like over and over again. Kimmich passes in between the lines, and his ability is so advanced that his passes come off more times than not. That's the difference between good players and bad players. Bad players, bad footballers can do the basics right, but their risky game is just not good enough because they haven't perfected it. Oh yeah, isn't like El Clasico today? That's how much I care about La Liga. Shoot, Barcelona are already out of Supercopa de España. They're already out of it. Why do they play this cup in the Middle East? What's that about? And were there even any fans in there? Like, I just don't get it. I actually don't understand why they do that. The World Cup better have fans. I'm telling you, if I'm not watching the World Cup if there's no one in the stadium. Because, what's the point? I might as well have just watched two countries play a friendly game. It's if there's no passion. Look at the Euros. The Euros are such a class tournament. Damn, bro. Madrid won, so they're going to the final. Oh. Is there a second leg? No, it's just La Liga. All right, number 8 can take more risks, but number 6 should not. Thiago was playing sick. Thiago was our best midfielder when he was here. I don't care what you say. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Mia, send me and peace. Lamptey's pace, dribbling skills like Hakimi, but he defends hard. He's all over the place. Y'all are overrating Tariq Lamptey. The Premier League is overrated. That's what I'm saying. Tariq Lamptey is okay, but he just wouldn't you're acting like he'd be Bayern's best ever right back. Most right backs in the world you'll find can probably do what Lamptey can do. I'm not even playing. All right, Mia, and